I'm pleased to say I'm joined by the Remote Darts League 2 champion, Richard Veenstra. Thanks for the time, Richard. How are you doing?
Hi. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm at work, so yeah, no coronavirus in the area here, so.
Good to hear. Well, let's start off with the Remote Darts League. On Monday night last week, you came out on top, beating John O'Shea and Paul Hogan to win the second stage in the event. How good was it for you to pick up the win in your first go at it?
Oh yeah, to win such a tournament with such a great players, it's nice to do that. And yeah, my finishing was so good, so I was feeling good.
Yeah, we were following along on the live stream, and you mentioned there about you finishing a lot of good finishes in your semi-final with John O'Shea. How do you assess your performances overall in the competition?
Yeah, it was a new experience for me, I think for everybody, but yeah, to do at home, it's a new thing, best of 10, so it's going to be a draw as well, and I get 3 or 4 draws, and yeah, it's nice to play such a good players around the world, and yeah, and to be the winner of that, yeah.
And from winning one of the biggest opens there is, the Dutch Open, with thousands of people playing in the same building, to this online event where you're playing at home, it must have felt a little bit different playing online darts.
yeah, it's different as well. First, in the beginning, you only see the score of your opponent, and you don't see him, or you don't see anything. You only see the score on the scoreboard, and you heard 3 times the talk when he's throwing the dart. So yeah, it's completely different than if you see the Dutch Open, where 2,000 people are there to watch you.
Let's go back to the beginning for you in darts then. One of your first big successes was winning the Luxembourg Open towards the end of 2014. But how long had you been playing before then, and how did you get into it?
That was my first year to try and get to Lakeside. I think I was started at 2013, and to get into the national team was the meaning. And yeah, the first year I conceded with to get a national team, and I was thinking then, yeah, what more can I do? So I'll get some sponsors, and yeah, I'll make the BDO tour then, and to get to Lakeside. And yeah, in September I won the Luxembourg Open, my first winning. Yeah, and the year after I reached, of the same year I reached Lakeside and beat Scott Mitchell in the quarterfinal, the winner of 2015, and yeah, to get to the semis, and lost to Jeff Smith. So yeah, it was a great start of my career.
Definitely. And just looking back, the late 1990s, that was a big time for darts in the Netherlands, with Raymond van Barneveld winning his first BDO world title at the Lakeside. I think you must have been around late teens around that time. Did he have much of an influence on you getting into darts?
No, not really. I was playing football at a great level in Holland, and yeah, I'll get some knee injuries twice in a year, so yeah, that's why I have to quit football, and I'll play darts for I think a half year, and just in the local pub, and yeah, I was doing well, and everybody said to me, you have to continue with darts because yeah, you have so much talent, and yeah, that's what I did when I quit playing football.
Keeping on the theme then of Dutch darts, you mentioned a big aim for you was to represent your country in 2015, teaming up with Wesley Harms to win the World Cup pairs in Turkey. A year later, you were back home winning the Europe Cup pairs with him, and then you went all the way in the singles yourself. Just talk us through some of the highlights you've had playing for the Netherlands.
Yeah, to play for the Netherlands, that's a great experience for me, and yeah, to achieve the top 4, to get play such a great tournaments like the Europe Cup and the World Cup. My first World Cup, I was winning the gold medal with Wesley, and yeah, the year after Zuiden was a special week for me. I get 3 golden medals and 1 silver medal in the team game. So yeah, that was amazing, and to do that in front of your own crowd, and yeah, my wife and kids, yeah, that was pretty special.
And in between those wins, of course, you touched on it as well. You're making your debut at Lakeside at the start of 2016, making it to the semi-finals on your first appearance. But what was it like turning up to Lakeside and playing in that iconic venue for the first time?
Yeah, for the first time you reach Lakeside, if you enter the room, then you see so much years coming by, to see all the great players have played there, and then you're there to get there, and you see all the pictures in the VIP room who play there, and it was a great feeling to get there.
And one of your biggest wins so far came last year, the Dutch Open, the biggest open there is in darts. How special was it to win that title? Because you'd come close a few times before to going all the way.
Yeah, I think my first or second year I reached the quarterfinal. I lost Martin Adams in with 5-4, and I'll get a quarter. I think I lost to Glenn Durant, and I reached the semi and lost to Glenn Durant. And yeah, to reach now the final and win the final, yeah, it's something special. It's so you play best of 5 on Saturday, and I think you have to play 7 games to reach Sunday. And on Sunday, if you win the final, you play 6 games as well. So yeah, it's a great tournament, and I think with 3,500 players. So yeah, it's amazing to win that.
Yeah, 2019, a lot of milestones ticked off for you. Look back to the World Trophy as well last year in Blackburn, making the final. I mean, going into that weekend, you went in as the top seed. How did that feel? Did you feel a bit more pressure to maybe perform well?
Oh, no, I don't feel that pressure. I got some lucky games against Daniel Day and Nick Kenny. But yeah, to reach the final of such a major tournament like the World Trophy, yeah, that's always good to get to the final. But yeah, if you're in the final, you want to win it. But yeah, Jim was the better player that day, and yeah, I'll reach the Zuiderduin final as well. So it was a good year.
Yeah, and it was a close final with Jim just losing out 8-6 in the end. What did you take away from that one? Do you feel like that experience will stand you in good stead when the next TV final comes?
Yeah. No, with Jim, it's always close games, and Jim was on that day the better player. So yeah, he deserved the win, and I'm not feeling any. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So Jim is a good guy, and we're friends. So yeah, it doesn't matter.
November last year, you also had your first taste of the Grand Slam. How did you find that experience of playing in a big PDC event for the first time?
Yeah, that was pretty amazing to see how the PDC is doing all the tournaments, and you can stand at the Grand Slam. Last year I missed the Grand Slam because Glenn Durant lost the final against Adam Smith-Neal, so I'll get out of it. But this year, yeah, there was some rumors with the BDO and Des Jacqueline to boycott some people, and yeah, but when you're standing there with all the crowd, and yeah, it's a nice feeling. But I didn't play well that tournament, so maybe there's another time I can let the people see what I'm capable of to do then.
Definitely, yeah. And on to this year, and after the BDO World Championship, you were one of many players to head to Q School the week after. What persuaded you to give Q School a go, and how do you reflect on your first go at it?
Yeah, it was my first experience to get Q School, and yeah, the first day I lost second round and get no points. So then you're behind of everything, and yeah, you have to play 3 good days, but the level of Q School is so high. So it wasn't my week, and I get some good games, but yeah, I've got some tough draws, and yeah, sometimes you need that little bit of luck. I didn't have that week, so yeah, if Q School is on in January, I'll try again. So we'll see.
Excellent. We did see some success for your fellow Dutchman, your pairs partner Wesley Harms, Martin Kleermaker, both coming through Q School and getting onto the PDC Tour. Is that something then that you'd like to perhaps emulate next year and join them on the PDC circuit?
Yeah, I'll definitely gonna try, and yeah, I'll try some Euro Tour as well, and to do some Challenge Tour tournaments to get some more experience in the PDC tournaments, and yeah, we will see what happens in the future.
And just lastly, obviously there's a lot of uncertainty right now, I mean, about the future of the BDO and its major events. I mean, when we come out of the other side of this virus, what's your plans really going forward for the rest of the year? Do you have much of a plan on what you're going to try and do and play for the rest of the year?
Yeah, no, it's not sure when the BDO stop playing, but yeah, I'll more try the WDF tournaments instead of the BDO, because I think BDO will be down to 0, I guess, and yeah, I'll hope the WDF pick up all the tournaments, and and I'll try some Euro Tour, Challenge Tour to get some experience with the PDC.
Well, we look forward to seeing you involved in all of those, and really appreciate your time, Richard, and congratulations again on winning the Remote Darts League 2 last week.
Yeah, thank you, no problem.